How can we create a yoga-inspired, sustainable, regenerative city free from climate disasters, environmental decline, deforestation, extinction, and pollution? Creating a yoga-inspired, sustainable, regenerative city requires integrating the principles of yoga, harmony, balance, mindfulness, and interconnectedness into urban planning, architecture, infrastructure, and community practices. Such a city would prioritize ecological health, resilience, and well-being while fostering a deep connection between its residents and the natural world. Here's how this vision can be realized. Urban design and architecture inspired by yoga. Green and holistic architecture. Design buildings that blend with the natural environment using sustainable materials such as bamboo, recycled steel, and rammed earth. Structures would prioritize natural lighting, ventilation, and energy efficiency, reflecting the yogic principle of harmony. Sacred geometry in design. Incorporate elements of sacred geometry used in yoga and meditation spaces into urban layouts to create harmonious and balanced environments. Green roofs and vertical gardens. Utilize green roofs and vertical gardens to reduce urban heat, improve air quality, and support biodiversity within the city. Renewable energy and clean technology. Prana-based energy systems, reflecting the yogic principle of prana, vital energy, power the city entirely with renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, geothermal, and hydropower. Energy-efficient infrastructure. Install smart grids and energy storage systems to optimize energy distribution and minimize waste. Solar-powered public spaces. Create public yoga and meditation areas powered by solar energy, promoting sustainability and mindfulness simultaneously. Regenerative ecosystems and biodiversity. Urban rewilding. Integrate rewilding projects that restore native plants, forests, and wetlands, creating urban sanctuaries for wildlife and pollinators. Community food forests. Establish food forests and edible landscapes throughout the city to provide fresh, local produce while promoting biodiversity. Biodiversity corridors. Design green corridors to connect urban wildlife habitats, allowing species to thrive and move freely across the city. Sustainable transportation systems. Non-motorized mobility. Build pedestrian and cycling paths inspired by the yogic value of simplicity, encouraging walking and cycling as primary modes of transportation. Public transit solutions. Develop electric and solar-powered public transit systems, reducing carbon emissions and traffic congestion. Car-free zones. Designate areas of the city as car-free zones, creating serene, pollution-free spaces for residents to gather and connect. Water conservation and management. Rainwater harvesting. Equip buildings with rainwater harvesting systems to capture and reuse water, reducing dependency on external sources. Greywater recycling. Treat and reuse wastewater for irrigation and cleaning, ensuring efficient water use across the city. Restoration of waterways. Restore and protect natural rivers, streams, and lakes within the city, fostering ecological balance and providing spaces for reflection and meditation. Regenerative agriculture and food systems. Urban permaculture. Implement permaculture principles in urban farming to grow food regeneratively, using techniques like composting, crop rotation, and polycultures. Community gardens. Create spaces where residents can grow their food collaboratively, fostering a sense of community and sustainability. Plant-based food systems. Promote plant-based diets and establish vegan restaurants, aligning with the yogic principle of ahimsa, nonviolence. Pollution-free practices. Zero waste policies. Adopt citywide policies to eliminate waste through composting, recycling, and reducing single-use products. Air quality enhancement. Plant trees and establish green belts to filter air pollutants, ensuring clean air for all residents. Ban on plastics. Prohibit single-use plastics, replacing them with biodegradable and reusable alternatives. Climate resilience and disaster preparedness. Resilient infrastructure. Build flood-resistant homes, permeable pavements, and heat-reflective materials to withstand climate extremes. Early warning systems. Develop advanced warning systems for natural disasters and train communities in preparedness and response strategies. Ecosystem-based adaptation. Use nature-based solutions, such as restoring mangroves and wetlands, to buffer the city against storms and flooding. Community-centric well-being. Public yoga spaces. Design parks and public areas for yoga, meditation, and mindfulness practices, encouraging mental and physical well-being. Mindful governance. Foster participatory decision-making processes that reflect transparency, fairness, and service to the collective good. Education and awareness. Integrate sustainability and yoga into school curricula, cultivating eco-consciousness from a young age. Circular economy and resource optimization. Closed-loop systems. Design industrial processes where waste from one process becomes input for another, mimicking natural ecosystems. Sharing economy. Establish community sharing systems for tools, appliances, and vehicles, reducing resource consumption. Eco-innovation hubs. Create innovation centers where entrepreneurs develop sustainable technologies and practices. Spiritual and cultural connection. Integration of nature in daily life. Incorporate meditation paths, forest bathing areas, and water features to enhance residents' spiritual connection to nature. Seasonal and rhythmic living. Design city activities and celebrations around natural cycles, such as solstices and equinoxes, fostering alignment with the earth. Unity consciousness. Promote the understanding that the well-being of the city and the environment are deeply interconnected, reflecting the yoga philosophy of oneness. By weaving yoga principles into every aspect of city design and governance, we can create a regenerative urban environment that is not only resilient to climate challenges, but also deeply fulfilling for its residents. Such a city would exemplify harmony between human development and nature, inspiring global transformation. Creating a city that integrates yoga-inspired, sustainable, and regenerative principles requires a holistic and strategic approach, combining advanced urban planning, ecological wisdom, technology, and community engagement. This city must be designed to harmonize human activity with natural systems, ensuring environmental health, social equity, and spiritual well-being. Here's how such a city can be developed. Vision and governance. Establish a unified vision. Begin by defining a city vision rooted in yoga's principles of balance, harmony with nature, ahimsa, nonviolence, and aparigraha, sustainability. This vision would guide all decisions and policies. Integrative governance model. Form a governance structure that emphasizes collaboration between government, businesses, and citizens. Decision-making processes should reflect transparency, inclusivity, and commitment to ecological and social well-being. Sustainability goals. Adopt measurable sustainability goals aligned with international frameworks such as the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, focusing on regeneration, zero waste, and carbon neutrality. Planning and zoning. Zoning for harmony. Divide the city into zones that serve specific purposes, such as residential, commercial, agricultural, and conservation areas, ensuring they coexist without degrading the environment. Mixed-use development. Design neighborhoods that combine living, working, and recreational spaces, reducing the need for long commutes and promoting a sense of community. Green corridors. Integrate green corridors and natural habitats throughout the city, connecting parks, forests, and wetlands to support biodiversity and provide residents with accessible natural spaces. Regenerative infrastructure. Sustainable buildings. Mandate green building certifications for all new structures, emphasizing passive solar design, natural ventilation, and renewable materials like bamboo and recycled steel. Nature-based solutions. Use nature-based solutions for infrastructure, such as green roofs, permeable pavements, and bioswales, to manage water sustainably and reduce urban heat. Renewable energy systems. Power the city entirely with renewable energy sources, such as solar farms, wind turbines, and geothermal systems. Microgrids can decentralize energy production, making neighborhoods self-sufficient. Transportation and mobility. Eco-friendly public transit. Develop a robust network of electric buses, trams, and trains powered by renewable energy, ensuring accessibility and affordability for all. Active transport infrastructure. Prioritize cycling and pedestrian pathways throughout the city, inspired by yoga's principle of simplicity and low-impact living. Car-free zones. Designate central areas of the city as car-free zones to promote walking, improve air quality, and create serene urban spaces. Food and agriculture systems. Urban farming. Implement vertical farms, rooftop gardens, and hydroponic systems to grow food locally and reduce the ecological footprint of food production. Community gardens. Allocate spaces for community gardens where residents can cultivate their food, fostering connection and mindfulness. Plant-based food initiatives. Promote plant-based diets through educational campaigns, public policies, and the establishment of plant-based restaurants and markets. Water and waste management. Closed-loop water systems. Install rainwater harvesting systems and graywater recycling infrastructure to ensure efficient water use and reduce reliance on external sources. Wetland restoration. Restore natural wetlands within the city to filter water, manage flooding, and support biodiversity. Zero-waste strategies create citywide programs for composting, recycling, and upcycling, ensuring all waste is treated as a resource. Climate resilience and disaster preparedness. Ecosystem-based adaptation. Use nature-based strategies like restoring mangroves, forests, and floodplains to protect against climate disasters. Resilient urban design. Build flood-resistant structures, stormwater management systems, and heat-reflective surfaces to withstand extreme weather events. Early warning systems. Develop technology-driven early warning systems for disasters like floods, heat waves, and wildfires, coupled with community training programs. Education and culture. Eco-conscious education. Integrate yoga and sustainability into school curricula, teaching children about mindfulness, ecological stewardship, and regenerative practices. Cultural preservation. Celebrate cultural festivals and traditions that honor the earth and promote a sustainable way of life. Mindfulness centers. Establish community spaces for yoga, meditation, and spiritual learning, encouraging inner peace and collective well-being. Technology and innovation. Smart city technology. Use smart city technologies like IoT and AI to monitor resource usage, optimize energy systems, and track progress towards sustainability goals. Eco-innovation hubs. Create spaces where startups and researchers can collaborate on green technologies, renewable materials, and regenerative practices. Digital inclusion. Ensure all residents have access to digital tools and platforms that enable them to participate in city governance and sustainable initiatives. Social equity and community building. Affordable housing. Develop eco-friendly, affordable housing to ensure inclusivity and prevent socioeconomic disparities. Participatory governance. Engage citizens in urban planning processes through workshops, councils, and digital platforms, fostering a sense of ownership and responsibility. Equity in green spaces. Ensure that all communities, regardless of income or location, have access to parks, gardens, and natural areas. Global and local integration. Global partnerships. Collaborate with other cities and organizations to share knowledge, technology, and resources for sustainability. Local economies. Support small businesses, local artisans, and community-based enterprises that align with the city's regenerative vision. Tourism with a purpose. Develop ecotourism initiatives that showcase the city's sustainability efforts while promoting mindfulness and respect for nature. Spiritual and emotional well-being. Mindful living practices. Encourage residents to incorporate yoga, meditation, and mindfulness into their daily routines, fostering emotional and spiritual well-being. Nature connection. Provide spaces for activities like forest bathing, outdoor yoga, and wildlife observation, helping people reconnect with the natural world. Unity and oneness. Promote the yogic philosophy of interconnectedness, inspiring residents to view their well-being as intertwined with the health of the planet. By integrating these elements, the city becomes a living model of harmony between humanity and nature. It reflects a yoga-inspired ethos in every aspect, from governance to individual behavior, creating a thriving, regenerative environment for all life forms. How can we achieve this with a yoga-inspired infrastructure? The yoga-inspired infrastructure for creating a sustainable, regenerative world would incorporate the principles and philosophy of yoga into societal systems, fostering balance, harmony, and mindfulness in how humans interact with the environment. Here's how we can achieve this vision. Core principles of yoga as a foundation. Ahimsa nonviolence. Adopt nonviolence as a guiding principle, inspiring practices that minimize harm to all living beings. This includes cruelty-free diets, conservation efforts, and eco-friendly lifestyles. Aparigraha, non-possessiveness. Encourage minimalism and reduced consumption, aligning with circular economies and sustainable living practices. Pratyahara, withdrawal of excess. Reduce overdependence on material goods and embrace a mindful approach to resource use, advocating for simpler, more fulfilling lifestyles. Sustainable communities built on yogic principles. Eco-villages and ashrams. Create communities that prioritize self-sufficiency, renewable energy, organic agriculture, and shared resources. These can serve as models of sustainable living. Mindful urban design. Plan cities with yoga-inspired values, emphasizing green spaces, natural materials, and areas for community meditation and wellness. Integration of nature. Design buildings and public spaces to blend harmoniously with natural landscapes, inspired by yoga's emphasis on unity with the environment. Regenerative agriculture with yogic awareness. Mindful farming. Implement farming techniques that respect soil health, water conservation, and biodiversity, Farmers can approach their work with mindfulness, treating the land as sacred. Community gardens. Establish yoga-inspired gardens where individuals grow their food collaboratively, practicing gratitude and mindfulness. Spiritual connection. Educate farmers and communities to see nature as interconnected with human well-being, fostering care and responsibility. Clean energy with yogic alignment. Prana, vital energy, align the concept of renewable energy with the yogic idea of prana, focusing on sustainable energy sources like solar, wind, and water that harness the Earth's vital forces without depletion. Energy harmony. Design energy systems that balance production and consumption, ensuring communities can thrive without overexploiting resources. Policy and governance inspired by yoga. Satya, truthfulness, encourage transparent policies and governance that prioritize long-term environmental health over short-term economic gains. Collaborative leadership. Develop leadership models that emphasize cooperation, inclusivity, and service to the greater good, reflecting the yogic principle of seva, selfless service. Sacred laws of nature. Embed the recognition of nature's rights into legal systems, mirroring yoga's respect for all forms of life. Education rooted in yogic philosophy. Mindful education. Integrate yoga and mindfulness practices into school curricula to foster a deeper connection with the environment and inspire sustainable behavior. Workshops on sustainability. Offer community workshops that blend yoga practices with lessons on regenerative agriculture, renewable energy, and eco-conscious living. Holistic development. Promote spiritual, physical, and ecological education, nurturing well-rounded individuals who value sustainability. Circular economy, based on aparigraha. Conscious consumption. Promote industries that prioritize recycling, reusing, and repairing over producing and disposing. Product mindfulness. Advocate for products designed with sustainability in mind, reflecting yogic values of intentionality and care. Yoga-inspired products. Encourage industries to create eco-friendly and biodegradable yoga mats, clothing, and equipment. Mental health and climate resilience. Yoga for resilience. Teach yoga practices that build mental resilience and emotional well-being, helping communities cope with climate stress and disasters. Mindful decision-making. Promote yoga techniques such as meditation and breathwork to enhance clarity and intentionality in environmental decision-making. Global movements and advocacy. Yoga as a global unifier. Use yoga as a universal practice to bridge cultural and national divides, inspiring collective action against climate change. International retreats for activism. Organize retreats focused on yoga and environmental action, bringing together individuals passionate about sustainability. Awareness campaigns. Leverage the global popularity of yoga to advocate for sustainable practices and environmental regeneration. Spiritual reconnection with nature. Reverence for the earth. Teach practices like Bhumi Sadhana, earth meditation, to cultivate a deep spiritual bond with nature. Seasonal living. Align lifestyles with the natural rhythms of the earth, inspired by yoga's emphasis on balance and harmony. Unity consciousness. Promote the understanding that all life is interconnected, fostering a collective responsibility for the planet. A yoga-inspired infrastructure for sustainability would combine practical strategies with spiritual awareness, inspiring holistic, mindful living while addressing the root causes of environmental decline. By aligning human systems with the yogic values of balance, harmony, and interconnectedness, this framework can guide humanity toward a regenerative and thriving world. Imagine a yoga-inspired, sustainable, and regenerative city, a living organism that harmonizes with nature and thrives on principles of balance, mindfulness, and interconnectedness. This city is a beacon of hope, showcasing how humanity can coexist with the earth while fostering resilience, biodiversity, and well-being. City layout and design. The city is laid out in concentric circles, symbolizing unity and the yogic principle of interconnectedness. At the heart of the city is a sacred space, a grand meditation plaza surrounded by lush gardens and water features. This central hub serves as a gathering place for mindfulness, yoga, and cultural celebrations, radiating tranquility. Radiating outward are mixed-use zones that integrate residential, commercial, and recreational areas. Streets are designed for pedestrians and cyclists, with electric public transit systems connecting all parts of the city. Green corridors crisscross the city, linking urban areas to surrounding forests, wetlands, and agricultural zones, ensuring that wildlife can move freely. Buildings and infrastructure. Buildings are masterpieces of sustainable design, reflecting the yogic principle of ahimsa, nonviolence. by minimizing their ecological footprint. Constructed from renewable materials like bamboo, hempcrete, and recycled steel, they blend seamlessly into the natural landscape. Green roofs and vertical gardens are standard, reducing heat and purifying the air. Solar panels, wind turbines, and geothermal systems power the city, ensuring energy independence and zero carbon emissions. Each building incorporates natural ventilation and lighting, reducing reliance on artificial systems. Rainwater harvesting and graywater recycling systems are integrated into every structure, making water management a communal effort. Nature and biodiversity. Nature is woven into the fabric of the city. Urban forests, food forests, and community gardens flourish on every block, providing fresh, local produce and habitat for wildlife. Pollinator-friendly plants and trees line the streets, supporting bees, butterflies, and birds. Wetlands and ponds act as natural water filtration systems while serving as havens for aquatic species. Deforestation is reversed through rewilding projects at the city's periphery, creating a seamless transition between urban and natural landscapes. Protected reserves ensure the survival of endangered species, while biodiversity corridors allow animals to thrive within the city limits. Transportation. Transportation aligns with the yogic value of simplicity. Residents primarily walk or cycle along shaded pathways that wind through gardens and forests. An electric tram system, powered by renewable energy, efficiently connects neighborhoods and hubs. Car-free zones dominate the city, reducing noise and air pollution. For longer journeys, shared electric vehicles and bike-sharing programs are readily available. The emphasis on non-motorized and low-impact transport fosters mindfulness and reduces the city's carbon footprint. Energy and waste systems. The city operates on a circular economy, where waste is a resource. Composting systems process organic waste into nutrient-rich soil for urban agriculture. Recycling facilities are advanced, ensuring that no material ends up in landfills. Innovation hubs encourage residents to upcycle and repair goods rather than discard them. Energy systems are decentralized, with neighborhoods equipped with microgrids powered by solar panels and wind turbines. Smart systems manage energy distribution, optimizing efficiency and reducing waste. Food and agriculture. The city is self-sufficient in food production. Vertical farms and skyscrapers grow a diverse range of crops year-round using hydroponics and aeroponics. Community gardens allow residents to grow their food, fostering connection and reducing food miles. Permaculture principles guide agricultural practices, ensuring soil health, water conservation, and biodiversity. Food forests, teeming with fruit trees and edible plants, are accessible to all, embodying the yogic value of abundance without excess. Water and air. Water is treated as sacred, with systems in place to ensure its purity and conservation. Rainwater is collected on rooftops and stored in underground reservoirs. Graywater is filtered through constructed wetlands and reused for irrigation and non-potable needs. Air quality is pristine, thanks to the city's green infrastructure and reliance on renewable energy. Trees and green belts act as natural air purifiers, absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen, creating an environment that fosters health and vitality. Community and well-being. Community life is vibrant and harmonious. Public spaces are designed for yoga, meditation, and cultural events, promoting mental and physical well-being. Mindfulness centers offer workshops on sustainability, personal growth, and spiritual practices. Residents are engaged in participatory governance, where their voices shape policies and projects. This collective responsibility strengthens community bonds and ensures alignment with the city's regenerative vision. Education and innovation. Schools and universities integrate yoga and sustainability into their curricula, teaching future generations the principles of mindfulness and ecological stewardship. Innovation hubs within the city drive research into green technologies, renewable energy, and regenerative practices. Students and innovators alike are inspired to develop solutions that align with the city's ethos, contributing to global sustainability efforts. Cultural integration. Seasonal festivals celebrate the interconnectedness of all life, honoring the earth cycles and promoting gratitude. Art installations throughout the city reflect themes of unity, harmony, and regeneration. Spiritual traditions are respected, and spaces for diverse practices are integrated into the urban design. Climate resilience. The city is designed to withstand climate challenges. Floodplains and mangroves protect against storms and rising seas, while green roofs and urban forests mitigate urban heat. Advanced early warning systems and community training ensure preparedness for any natural disaster. Global influence. This yoga-inspired city serves as a model for the world, demonstrating how urban living can align with the planet's natural systems. Its principles inspire other cities to adopt regenerative practices, creating a ripple effect of sustainability and mindfulness. This city is a living testament to the transformative power of integrating yoga-inspired values into urban life. It is not just a place to live, but a thriving ecosystem where humans, animals, and nature coexist in harmony, free from pollution, extinction, and climate disasters.